So when I got my Fujifilm X-S20 for making YouTube videos, I needed a lens that could handle the different focal lengths to get different composition for storytelling. And that's when I found the Fujifilm 16-80mm f4 lens. It's got optical image stabilization and a focal range from 16 to 80mm, which is perfect for what I do. The aperture is also fixed at f4, and I'm okay with that because I like to stop down anyway when shooting video for more context in the frame. Hello my friends, my name's Aki. Today I want to share my 6 months experience with the Fujifilm 16-80mm f4 lens on my Fujifilm X-S20. It's super versatile, great for videos, and I will share with you what I like about it and a couple things that you might want to know before buying one for yourself. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below your thoughts on this lens. Now let's get to it. Let's talk about the build quality first. It's solid with smooth rings for focus, zoom, and the aperture ring. And one interesting that I found is that when you zoom in and out with the lens, you can actually feel some air being pushed out from the bottom right here. So as I'm zooming in and out, there's some air movement coming out from the bottom, which I thought was pretty cool. And it doesn't happen to my Sony 24-105 f4 lens, which is a similar lens, but for Sony a7 III camera. But this doesn't affect the quality of the lens at all, and it feels very nice in hand. I love those white numbers markings on the lens. And on the side here we have the XF Zoom logo, and at the bottom we have the weather resistant badge, which means it's also weather resistant, although I wouldn't really risk it by using it on rainy days. The plastic lens hood here is nice and sturdy, and overall it's a really nice compact size for just carrying around and shoots anywhere you go with you. Now the autofocus is also pretty snappy, although it can hunt a bit sometimes. The lens lets you get super close to the subject, which is awesome for those close-up shots. The image quality is mostly sharp, especially with good lighting and steady hand, but it might not be as sharp as some of the other lenses. Especially I came from shooting a lot of Sony G Master lenses, and those lenses are on just a different level. But for my YouTube videos, this lens gets the job done, and you will probably enjoy the bokeh as well when you zoom in on a longer focal length, and the bokeh looks very beautiful. After talking about what I like about the Fujifilm 16-80mm f4 lens, I want to share with you the biggest issue I, as well as others who have used this lens, have experienced. And it's the weird losing focus when zooming in and out for video. And so here's what it looks like. In these video footages, notice how the subject is in focus at first. But as soon as I start to turn the focal ring and change the focal length, the whole screen just starts to blur and even warp a little. Then, as soon as you stop zooming, the camera refocuses again. Now the subject is back to focus. I did some research and found that this is a design issue, so there isn't really any way to fix it. It will lose focus when you zoom in and out no matter what. To me, it was a bit annoying first, but then I thought how I never really shoot something when I zoom in and out because the whole footage will shake anyway if you go like this. I prefer treating this zoom lens like a single lens, but just with multiple prime focal length options such as at 16, at 23, at 35, at 50, and the longest at 80mm. That way I can ensure have a good composition and smooth footage. So unless you have the need to record video with zoom in and out action like the camcorder style, This issue shouldn't bother you. But I do wish Fujifilm can come out with some lenses that have power zoom capability, like the Sony 16-35mm f4G. I love those power zoom lens just for some reason. So I think the Fujifilm 16-80mm f4 lens is a versatile lens that covers a wide angle to a longer range with f4 constant aperture. The optical stabilization makes it a perfect lens for shooting video. The autofocus is excellent, and the image quality is sharp enough to be useful for social media. And it's got really good color. I mean, it's Fujifilm. The build quality of the lens is also solid and feels very compact to carry around with. The weird losing focus issue when zooming in and out shouldn't be an issue at all unless you have that specific need. Overall, I would recommend this lens to you if you're on a budget and you need a lens that's versatile and covers multiple focal lengths and be able to shoot videos. The alternative will be the stock lens Fujifilm 18-55mm f2.8 to f4, which I've used and tested before, and it was really great as well. Let us know what you think of the Fujifilm 16-80mm f4 lens down in the comments section below. If you can only have one lens for your Fujifilm setup, which lens would it be? And I would love to see you guys in the next videos. Peace.